And we are live.
Think so.
Yes. Ta-da.
Hey, everybody. Hi. Happy Tuesday. Well, I have an amazing person with me today, Diane Forrester. And we actually wanted to do this yesterday, but I'm sure many of you also had the AWS experience where many things weren't working. So, what do we do as entrepreneurs? We pivot and reset and reschedule and do it all over again. So, today we're going to be talking about how getting on TV is really the best way to start building your legacy. And if we haven't met, I'm Elisa Bogarts, and I help coaches launch their online programs and events. And I help them kind of do it with ease because it's a very stressful thing to do. And so I try to take some of that work away so that the coach can really focus on scaling their business. And I have Diane Forrester with me today. Dan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. It's so great to be here. I am Diane Forster, and I help women launch brilliant, engaging, profitable TV shows so they can grow their credibility, their reputation, build their income and their impact, and have way more fun working less while creating more impact in the world. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here, Elisa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. And I just absolutely love what you do. And I love, how much passion you have behind it because and like the type of women entrepreneurs that you want to work with and how like, they're really want to, what is that next sort of like step of their evolution? Usually at one point in time of our careers, if we're growing, it's about building that legacy and leaving something that's going to last longer than ourselves.
Yes. Well, let me take it a little step back as to where the purpose and the vision and the mission came for this. It was my own journey of my reinvention, my breaking point in my life, and catapulting out of that and doing what I'm doing now, which is living such a purposeful, passionate life where I'm really helping other women. And I discovered along the way how many women out there were feeling that, like, feeling that loss, feeling that frustration during that second chapter of life where there's so much change going on. So that's what made me change it. And then having a background in media and television for my entire, 3 decades, I knew I had to launch a TV show in order to stand out. And so that's what got me into this space to begin with. And then it's just morphed into and mushroomed into this much greater vision and mission. And the television, I've been in love with television my entire career because it's always been in my world, from the back end, now the front end, in front of the camera. And it's the most respected medium. It's been around for 100 years. It will be around 100 more because we as consumers and viewers will always want that experience. But the landscape and the way television is done has changed dramatically, particularly over the last 5 years or so, since the streaming world really boomed and a lot of things have shifted. And a lot of people feel like, well, isn't television dying? It's changing so much. It is changing so much, but that's for our benefit. And so, why I'm so passionate about doing it is our audiences, your audience, my audience, really want enhancement in their lives. There's social media for scrolling and social connection and things like that. But what we really, really want is to be enriched and educated and enhanced. And so the way I teach you to launch a TV show is it's ordinary people doing extraordinary things because we have become the new celebrity. And so I'm obviously very, very passionate about it because if you're alive and you're over 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 in some cases with our hosts, you've lived a lot of life. You have a lot of wisdom, you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of stories that you want to share. And there's no greater platform than the platform of television to encapsulate it and then create it into an asset that can live on long after you do and create that legacy.
I absolutely love that. And you're right, the evolution has been so of TV, like I feel like of my friends, I'm maybe the only one or one of the very few that still has cable.
Right,
We were like, what?
exactly.
You've got cable? Like, oh, and they've got all these different streaming services. And I'm like, oh, I don't have that one yet. And yeah, so it's really has totally changed. But shows are coming out all the time. Like it's still very, popular. People are still, binge watching things. And you're
Yes.
right, people are also wanting that education and sort of like transformational type stuff and
Mm.
hearing real world,
Yes.
stories and as opposed to just, seeing what celebrities are doing, which is like a life that I'm not sure all of us want, so it's kind of nice to see real people doing extraordinary things.
Yes, yes. And I've shared this with many audiences in some of my trainings. We'll talk about a training I have coming up about who the new celebrity really is and why that is, and how people are much more apt to support and relate to somebody that they can see themselves in. And so, if there's that disparity, there's a disconnect. So, with disparity comes disconnect. But with the connection, that creates the engagement. And so, it's a different experience for the audience. And they do want to hear all your stories. They do want to hear what you've learned. And I know in my mid 40s, I had a bathroom moment, almost ended my life, turned everything around for me. And I knew what I knew and I knew what I didn't know, but I didn't know what I didn't know. And along my path and my journey to healing, that's when I discovered, oh my God, there's this massive gap and opportunity for people to be sharing their brilliance in a much bigger way so that they can be helping more people, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And let's talk about how can really help your business, because I know that having, a TV show can just like really catapult you, but also you can use that medium in so many different ways.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I could talk about this all day, but I'll break it down in just a few pointers and tips as to why. Number one, it's the most respected medium in the world. So when you say you're a television host, you've got a television show, you're instantly the media. So the media likes to work with media, and the media needs stories. They need experts. They need the content, and they love working with people who are polished, who know what they do. They rely on that. So right then and there, you're going to get more media exposure than you ever thought possible. Even regular guest appearances. I have several hosts who are now doing regular shows and segments for other shows because they have their TV show. So that's one of the main reasons, yes. And then the other reason is that because it's so respected, it's also consumed more. So on average, we consume television 4 hours a day. The average podcast is consumed an hour a day, and the average person is reading 13 minutes a day. So why wouldn't you want to be where the eyeballs are and the audience is? So definitely, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's totally, totally huge. So yeah, we touched on it earlier. Let's talk about the trainings that you're doing right now.
Yes, so I have a couple of things. One of the really exciting things is I'm doing this live training. It's called Get on TV Casting Call Training, where I walk you through television industry, the future of television, why you, and why now. And I debunk some of the myths out there about it, and I share some of the top mistakes I seen hosts making because there's so many people who think, oh, well, I'll just launch a podcast. Everybody says I should just launch a YouTube channel or a podcast. And there's a lot of things that you're doing that is costing you. Not only is it costing you time, it's costing you money because you're making these mistakes because you don't understand the power
We're
of
guilty
the
about
structure
that.
and the format. Huh?
That I'm
You?
guilty about that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you definitely want to come to this training because I do teach it live. It's not a recording, and I give the opportunity to do live Q&A. And so, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they're happening over like the next few weeks as well. So
Yes. So
that's
where
a
you want to go to get this is you want to go to tvstarhost.com/casting. And that way you can get registered for it and come have the conversation. It's always a party. It's always a lot of fun. And you're going to walk away with some powerful tips so that you can start showing up like the media, like the pro that you are, and understand and start thinking maybe television is for me. Because I know a lot of people don't ever consider it. And we have so many hosts on our television network. And they said, I never dreamed about having a TV show. And here I am with a TV show. How did this happen? And then there's others that have dreamed about it, but you've been disenchanted by the thought of, oh my God, it takes a lot of time, or it's a lot of money, or I don't have any experience, or all of those excuses. None of that is true anymore. You can do it. You can absolutely do it with the right strategy and structure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so the casting calls are amazing. So please, yeah, come and learn about how to get on TV, do it
Yeah.
live. And we'll put a link in the comments of whichever platform you're watching this on right now. We'll put a link there for you so you can click and come see Diane and learn.
Well, thank you, Elisa. This is so much fun. I love
Thank you
having this
so much.
conversation with you.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Thank you so much for coming on. And yeah, we'll see you at the training.
Okay, sounds good. Hope to see all of you